Good morning. Hello, anyone there? Good morning. Okay, so Nick's just come in now. Give it a second for everyone to arrive into the chat. Okay, so what we're doing today is we're going into the woodland to get the Christmas tree for the chateau. We're going to put a big Christmas tree outside the front of the chateau, which we did last year, but those of you who watch a video of me and Nick here working in the snow that first year, it was pretty much a disaster of a tree that went up. So we've drilled a nice proper hole for this one, and we're going to go in the wood and find a pine tree. There's loads of pine trees that kind of need, growing in the wrong place and need to come down. What?
You got no picture.
I've got no picture. Are you sure? There's loads of pine trees that kind of need, growing in the wrong place and need to come down. What? Okay, can anyone see me, or is it just Nick that can't see me? A people got video. You've got picture, all good. Sound is good, picture. It's you! Stop sabotaging me! I was in a good flow then! Okay, forget that. We're going to get a Christmas tree. Basically, there's loads of pines growing like in the wrong places. So we're going to find one that needs to come out anyway. And it's not going to be very bushy and Christmassy, but it's going to be something to put in the front of the chateau. And Stephanie has assured me, some of you may know her from Chateau de Lalande, she's coming round tomorrow to decorate it, because that's the thing I don't want to do. So let's take you through the woodland, which actually I haven't really shown in a long time. I haven't shown the fact that we've actually cleared the whole woodland, so it was all overgrown massively with brambles and ferns and stuff. That's all been cut throughout the year, and it's all now walkable, so you get to see that as well, which is quite a cool thing. Yeah, okay, let's go. Hopefully I can turn the camera around and you don't have to deal with this like granddad FaceTime face situation. There we go. Nick's sporting a nice 360 GoPro on his head. That's what this is all about.
I'm not remote control.
He's a walking tripod, basically. Don't know how this camera's going to fare up to walking around. I probably should have taken myself off Wi-Fi. We'll see. Right, so where are we thinking?
Mostly younger pines over this side.
Yeah. What, that massive 200-year-old yew tree? Yeah. Can you move one of these just a couple of meters?
Which one?
Yeah, that'll do.
What, a couple of metres to the left?
Just take the top. Anna and Elsa are very excited about finding the Christmas tree. Cameron, I think your coat's famous.
Huh?
Your coat is famous already.
Yeah, somebody said on the last one that it means it's on the YouTube channel, and the only reason I don't do that is because then it'll have more subs than I do. And
Yeah, there's a couple in there. I mean, they are pretty thin.
But we've got this piece here. I looked at the one that's growing under the oak.
Ooh, that's quite a nice one.
But it's going to do nothing because it's going straight into the oak.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's too close. Yeah, we know it needs to come out, but I like that one. I mean, it is quite sparse. Stephanie will not be happy. Bauble, I'm thinking she'll want a lot of baubles.
yeah,
but
at the same time that she needs to be able to get them on.
yeah.
If it's a tree that ends up being a shrub. And that one stood in the middle, so it's got a nice round shape as well to it.
Not too bad back there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a bit bushy there.
So for those of you that just joined, we're in the woods looking for a Christmas tree to put outside the front of the chateau. We did do it last year. It was pretty much a failure, kept falling over, didn't work, but I think it'd be a nice thing to do, and Stephanie is going to come over, who some of you may know, tomorrow, and she's going to do the floofy decorating thing.
That one behind you.
One behind me. I mean, it's very tall. Do you think that's too big?
No, you have a very tall chateau.
I can cut the bottom off.
I'll bring it down a bit.
Well, we've got to cut the bottom off anyway.
Yeah,
And it's got to go to the floor. And it's really in the floor that deep.
yeah.
Because the one that I thought it was nice and bushy, but it's not very tall, is that one. That'd be good in a couple of years' time.
Yeah.
That one.
We've got that one there. The middle one.
I don't feel like I can make a decision, so just do whichever one you feel is best.
That one.
That big one, yeah.
With this.
Yeah, whichever one you feel. I'm not that bothered about it, really. Whatever you think will be best.
I think you're going to do absolutely nothing because it's got two maples either side of it.
Yeah. Go for it.
Come on, girls.
Girls! So Nick's now sporting electric tools and chainsaws, which can all be powered by solar. So it's a win-win. Do need to film this for the vlog as well, so you guys can sit there.
Timber.
Okay, one Christmas. I don't think we need the tractor even, do we?
I'm getting my shoulder now.
Well, we've got a camera.
I wonder.
Don't need it, do we? Hang on, I will help you with it.
I've got it locked in.
Oh no!
I've got it locked in.
Which way can we go?
That way.
Do you want me to get the end of that, Cameron? I mean, it's a hilarious sight. These two. To me. Hang on here. Meant to be doing a live stream. He's running off with a tree. Hi from 10 Downing Street. I don't know, just getting the live feed. Someone says, hi from 10 Downing Street.
Got PM with you?
We're so famous now. Look at these two. Hey! Come on. Putting the tree up. God, he is just so manly, isn't he? Look how manly he is, carrying that whole tree. Hang on, because I need a shot of you. Wait a minute. Wait. Let me. Oh. Hang on, let me put these guys somewhere. How do we do this? Okay. Go.
Yay!
Right, stop. Go down a minute. This side's back, really.
Setting her up.
This wants to be the chateau.
Which side? The one that's on top, or this side on the left?
This side here wants to be the chateau. To be fair, this is a lot smaller than that place. Right.
Leave me be.
Shut them rocks in.
I'm a tree hugger. Let me get a sledgehammer, please.
You do it, so yeah, you know why you do it.
Beautiful. I feel like we need a bigger one.
You get me sharp.
You're going to struggle to put a star on that.
You got a ladder set?
Yeah.
You better not put the sledgehammer.
Right, the tree is in, which actually, don't know, just went in easier than I thought. We were a bit more prepared. Not really going to decorate the chateau or the yurt, I don't think, for Christmas. I don't know. Don't see the point really, but it's nice to have a tree and it's nice for it to be all lit up and, you know, with the garden now nearly finished, it's going to be really cool. Let's see him.
Yeah.
Sledgehammer in.
Sledgehammer down?
It's upstairs. I was just using it to put the beams in.
Maybe in my trailer.
Pardon?
There's one in the trailer. There's one of the short ones in the trailer. We get any questions today?
So, that's the tree in. Cameron's just going to kind of firm it in. The garden is planted now.
This bit is as planted except for three.
Yeah.
Because we've got 2 ewes and a holly to go in where the soil is, but I've only got access with a tractor in from this direction. I can get the digger in from that side.
Yeah, so a tiny little bit more to do. We've got the car park area to plant up. Let me give you a little walk round on how it's all kind of looking. It's really hard to get across on the vlogs because... So, this is kind of one of the entrances in. Obviously, all these are going to spread out and we're giving it plenty of room to spread out.
We're going to leave it a little bit and then take the tops out of these once the trees are established.
Yeah.
Late winter before the steps start rising, is bring them down to create a lower hedge so we've got visibility in.
Yeah.
Just trying to encourage them to go out.
So these are the cherries that we planted, and these are kind of lining the drive, mirroring the others. This will obviously be a river, which here will be a bridge. And you get to kind of this island bit with the birch. And all this is going to be planted, but Nick needs it at the moment to get access to the pond. Second bridge. That's a yew tree there. That's about 4 to 4.5 meters high. And paths are going to come here, and it'll be a lot more visible when we start barking the paths and marking them out a bit. Yeah, all this has been planted up. Here is the main kind of dip of the pond. This is where all the water is going to end up, in this big round kind of crater. All here's planted up.
This is all got to be planted up. I need access around the pond still.
Yeah, so there's more plants to go in, but Nick still needs access to get the liner in and stuff like that. Yeah, it's super full, but really hard to get across on the video just how full it is, really. We've kind of gone for lining the drive a little bit with this kind of yew and holly mix, and we've left out a space so you can still see the bark on the cherries. Let's go down towards here. So the planting scheme really is all on this side. We're not really bothering about this side yet because that all leads into the woodland. So we started some plants here, and this side is mainly kind of hazels and a few shrubs. If you can kind of get a judge of that. It's going to be quite dense. We're trying to get that feeling back, like I said the other day, about this kind of hidden magical place. And then we've got the little island in the middle of the car park, and that's kind of the last thing to plant now, isn't it?
We've got this, and then I'm going to head down with some of the Portuguese laurel down the back of the car park side, round to the chestnut.
Yeah, we've got kind of a big clump of laurel there to still use up, so we're going to kind of line the car park. Obviously the car park is not finished yet. But yeah, hopefully that gives you an idea of kind of the scale of what we've done. It is absolutely massive. But yeah, that's coming to an end. Hopefully by tomorrow, that's kind of Nick's last day before Christmas. So hopefully we get it all done for them. Yeah, today I've been putting the floor in the chateau, and hopefully you get to see on tonight's vlog that that'll be finished, all noggined and all everything. I'm trying to think what else we can do. It's short. I thought it'd take longer.
I think a Christmas tree.
Yeah,
Any
hope
questions?
you all enjoy watching. Yeah, we could do little questions. Okay, let me sit because I can see them on my phone. Let me find a seat. Cameron's in my seat.
Lazy man.
Okay, let's see. I can see what you're typing on my phone. So, if you've got any questions, I guess the lives are quite a good time to try and answer some of them. I can't always cover everything in the vlogs, or I try not to talk too much and give you loads of information. So if you've got any questions you want to ask, maybe now is the time. Yes, it is almost my birthday. Oh my God, they're going so quick now.
I ain't got the glasses.
Got his glasses. Okay, these are going far too quick. Can you look at them on your phone?
Yeah, I can.
There you go, that'll be easier, because they're moving too quick for me. Dog names, Anna and Elsa.
Alright.
Off of Frozen, obviously, Disney, kids.
Is Nick digging trenches for lighting and irrigation too?
No, we're not thinking about lighting and irrigation yet. The reason we're putting all the plants in this time of year is it means that it's going to be constantly raining for the next few months, so they're going to water down, and then we can start thinking about watering them more regularly by adding water come the spring. So we'll set some up for then. Yeah, we just wanted to get them in the ground and start getting them established, really.
It's the best time to plant shrubs and trees.
Yeah.
Let's see what else have you got. Have you got a bath in the yurt?
A what? A back?
A bath.
Oh, a bath. Yes, I have got a bath.
Follow-up
in the yurt.
question: does your bath work?
No. I've got a bath. It doesn't work as such. It's more of a vessel for having a shower in at the moment.
How did you find the chateau?
How did I find the chateau? Well, it was a friend that knew about it. He was doing drone photography of like hidden places around France or like monuments. He told me about it, which is our first video, which I know a lot of you have gone back and watched with me and Annalise and the boys. We came to look at it then, and then ever since then it was kind of putting plans in motion to kind of look at buying it and get a viable way of buying it.
What are you doing with the old pool?
The old pool, nothing yet. Actually, well, we are starting a bit of work on it this winter because the old pool has loads and loads of trees around it which need to come down. And we can use all them trees to be milled into lumber to use all around the grounds for different projects. So winter's a great time to do that. So this winter, Nick's going to work on taking all the trees down around it at least. We're not going to do any work on the actual pool, but we'll kind of get it clear, and so you know it's not getting damaged any further.
The roots are seriously starting to damage it now. They're starting.
Yeah,
to
the roots are really tearing it apart. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So the quicker we can get them, the better, and we get free firewood and usable timber all at the same time.
I'm going to now. Are you going to clean out the well before we use it?
Well, the problem with a well, as we found out today, is that there is now no water in the well, which is quite annoying. And when I bought the chateau, it was very deep and there was definitely water going in it. And for some reason this year, it just hasn't filled up. So we put the pump and there's no water left in it, which is quite a disaster because we were going to rely on that come spring to help plant the plants, and we'll get a reservoir up here from the well. So that's one more thing on the list to sort out.
What are you planning on making a lifting cage or anything else for the winch to help you get?
Yeah,
stuff
we
up here?
spoke about how, I mean, look, what we're doing all the time is trying to make everything more streamlined and better. And it can't always happen at once. Sometimes it's, you know, just building up the right equipment, just like the beam lifters made such a difference and having the big winch. Slowly we'll get to a point where we've got everything we need, but it's not going to happen straight away. So we're always looking constantly at trying to make things easier in some way. And safer. Yeah, Nick is insisting that I get a harness for doing the roof work. So he's setting me up points on the roof and stuff, and we're going to buy a harness so I can be properly strapped in, and he's going to teach me how to use it and everything. So don't worry, someone is on my case other than you.
Right, this is a compound question because it's been about 7 or 8 people ask it. Where is it? I've lost it now, obviously, typically. That one there. Can they, when, etc.
Yeah, I guess this is a good time to address the visiting thing. Now, we have had a lot of visitors and we do get them regularly. And everyone has been so nice and I love showing people around. The problem is that, and I didn't want to talk about this too much on the vlogs, it's getting actually quite excessive. And at one point in the summer, there was 5 or 6 carfuls of people turning up at the chateau every day. Which has a massive impact, not just on the work, but the vlogs, and it's like super unsafe for people to be here. If I'm throwing rocks out of a window thinking I'm alone and then people are walking around, it's quite difficult. So I would say at the moment we can't really accept visitors. You're welcome to drive up the lane and have a look at the chateau, but in terms of coming in, I haven't got time to be showing everyone around, even though everyone that's been has been super lovely, and we've had someone bring us McDonald's and
before,
everything.
yeah.
So everyone's been nice and we haven't had a bad experience, but time wise it's going to be super difficult. So when the place is a bit safer and we can set up like a specific day or a couple of days a year when people can come, obviously I think we'd prefer to do that.
This is the next one. Will the roof be flat or done to the original specs?
Yeah, so the roof is going to be done actually pretty much exactly as it was, at least from the outside it's going to be exactly as it was. And if you've seen on the vlogs, I've taken a lot of the profiles and the sizes of the timbers from the original roof of what's left to rebuild it in the same way. It's actually going to be slightly stronger the way I'm doing it than it was, but it's going to look exactly the same when it's finished. With slates, and actually, the only thing that might look different is probably we're going to add a lot of solar onto it, so that will change it a little bit. But in terms of shape, it's going to be exactly the same.
What are you going to do with the area where the yurt is after your chateau is complete and you don't need it anymore?
Yeah. So the yurt obviously isn't staying. We have kept that in mind when we've been doing the planting. So we've been planting around it so that when the yurt's removed, we've got this big circle area, and we're thinking like a sunken seating patio area to be there. So as we're doing the planting now, that's why you might notice we're planting in front of the yurt, because in a couple of years' time when it grows and we put a patio there, it's all going to be nice and secluded. So we're kind of planning for that, and I don't know how long I'm going to be in the yurt. Initially it was like, I'll just put it up for a year until I can rough it in the chateau, but the yurt is now like so comfortable that there's really no rush to go into the chateau until it really is at least partly, very, very, very livable.
What kind of heating system are you planning on putting back into the chateau is one question, if and when that comes up.
Heating system, we're not 100% sure. There's loads of different ones that we have in mind. Basically, the aim is that the chateau needs to be as cheap to run as possible. And that's not necessarily just for now. That's for saving the chateau for the future. Because one of the problems for the chateau is going to be that in the future, if people can't afford to maintain it and it becomes too expensive, the chateau is going to fall into the same state again. So it's important to future-proof it and insulate it well and make it as economical as physically possible so that it survives going forward.
There was one that I wanted to ask you.
Seen a lot about the dogs actually, and
how long do you plan for the whole renovation to take is another one that goes.
Okay, I'll answer that for the dogs. So the dogs, yes, the dogs are getting in the way a little bit. There's no doubt about that, but they are working dogs and they need to learn how to be on site, because this site is going to be functioning like this for a good few years. So they need to be aware of the machinery. They need to know to get out of the way. And at the moment, they're still puppies and learning. Hello. Hello. At the moment, they're still puppies and they're still learning, but we are all aware they're around and we're super careful. But they do just need to learn that, and they're going to be working on the land and working alongside us. So, yeah, they need to learn. How long is a chateau going to take? I do not know. Very soon, I reckon. I reckon that. I'd say, apart from fancy stuff, I reckon 2 years. 2 years, that's what I'm saying.
Is there any government grants for helping with the cost of restoring a historical property that you're eligible for?
There is probably grants and stuff that we could go down that line. I'm hoping that we don't have to, because as soon as we get these grants, it puts a load of stipulations onto the chateau, and I feel like a lot of them could really hinder it getting renovated at all. At the moment, the way I'm doing it is a very viable way for me to bring the chateau back. But if we start going down certain things having to be done certain way by certain artisans, you know, the bills could be so extremely high that this project never gets done. So I think getting the grants and paying the extra price sometimes is a payoff, and it's nice to have the freedom and, you know, take your guys' suggestions as well on what to do and just kind of do it all together. I like that.
Here's one that for all three of us. Actually, how long have we all lived in France?
How long have you lived in France?
13 and a half years.
13 and a half years. And Nick speaks at least French, would we say?
I'm going on 12 years, Matt, now.
Is it?
Yeah.
All right.
I lived in Germany 8 years before that. I've been out of England longer than I've been in it.
All right. I think I've been 7 or 8 years in France. Yeah. Yeah.
My French is better for work.
Yeah. My Brico French is amazing.
I know your Brico French is. Mine is with a tree.
Yeah, okay, let's do one more and then I've got to go back and get this floor.
All right, last one. Let me find a good one. The power is mine.
Oh no. Are you fluent in French? Well, Cameron definitely is. Our French is medium.
I can get by.
You can get by, I can understand everything everyone says, can't always reply in the most eloquent way.
All right, there's two. First one, serious question. Are you planning on keeping the stone walls as they are on the inside? So the interior walls
Right,
and stuff,
no.
are they staying as is, or are they getting...
Yeah. So no, basically the job after the roof is to then work down, strip all the walls inside the chateau from all the plaster and old lime, strip it all the way down, then respray the whole interior with lime again, which will stabilize every stone and it'll start absorbing the moisture as well and get everything nice and stable and dry. And then it's insulation, plasterboard, framing as you normally would. It's really important to get that insulation in, like I said, for the long term of the chateau.
Sitting here might not get the roof on, but it does have your questions answered. It's one of the other guys. People telling you to get back on and do the roof.
Go on, one more.
One more, all right. What's the best one?
I think Cameron should be a model. Behave.
I'm not. I've been asked if I want a model for a vintage shop. I'm all right with modelling for a vintage shop as long as I'm allowed to have the vintage stuff afterwards.
Right, yeah.
All I'm saying.
Yeah.
Do you plan on doing half of the chateau before you move in, or is it going to be a full burn project before it gets turned into a livable space?
My initial plan was get a side done and move in, which probably I'm not going to do now that I've got the. But I don't think that I'll wait for like the whole of the chateau to be done. I think, you know, livable, comfortable, bathroom, heating in most of it, you know, and I think that will be fine. Obviously, I don't want to put myself in any really bad position, but, you know, I think it's going to be like a third of the way there and maybe I can move in.
I can answer this one for you. Why haven't we hired a construction crane? Because this is France and they're very, very expensive in France. Just as a general basis, a small one, telescope.
And the way we're working, you know, a crane would only be viable if, for instance, we were putting like all the steels in all at the same time. For just like putting 2 steels in to get a crane on site for him to be here 10 minutes is, you know, a couple of €1,000 isn't really viable. So, you know, for that stage, the way we're trying to base our work around how we can do it rather than, you know, getting cranes in and stuff.
It's also very windy here.
And it's super windy, yeah.
How old are we all?
How old are we all?
Sorry, I can't.
They're going to be shocked at your...
They're going to be shocked at my...
So Cameron's 42.
Flip it around, I'm 24.
Cameron is... would you even believe... Only 24. That beard, you need to shave that beard off, definitely.
No, this beard is staying.
Nick.
Yeah.
They'd be surprised at you, actually.
51.
51. 51 and still climbing trees with a 6-pack.
63.
I am
112.
I don't even know how old I am.
A bit older next week.
Am I 34?
I'm older next week.
I'm either 33 or 34. Yes, I have had a hard life. But it's my birthday next week, so I'm one of them.
What education
When
have
were
you
you born?
89, 34.
Yeah.
Don't matter. Just numbers now, innit? Just numbers. Okay, we're going to leave it at that because I really have got to get back on getting this floor in so we can get the roof in. Otherwise, I'm going to be working in the dark.
The questions have just started to pick up again as we
No.
decide to go.
We've had enough. All right. We will see you all tonight at the video. I have honestly absolutely no idea how to cancel this live stream on my phone. That one.